Hi guys, Pete the Wargamer here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about this image that Games Workshop released yesterday as part of their Rumour engine announcement. So as you can see, the image depicts what looks to be a large mass of maggots with very deadly looking pincers, which seem to be hanging from part of a larger creature. Now, as it's always fun to speculate, I thought I'd go through some of the potential miniatures, or at least some of the potential ranges and armies that this miniature could be a part of. So my first theory, which probably has the most evidence of the ones I'll be presenting in this video, is that this miniature is going to be part of the Kill Team Rogue Trader releases. So cast your mind back to May this year when Games Workshop released a teaser trailer for their new upcoming game Kill Team Rogue Trader. Now at the end of that video it said the game would be released in late 2018, so the fact that we've seen a Rumour engine miniature appear now does kind of coincide with that time frame. If it was released in November, that's only about 3 months time, so that timescale does fit quite nicely. Now, of the many Chaos Warped miniatures that come in that box set, the one that I kind of leads me to think this is one of them is going to be one of the Nightmare Hulks. Now these are those large hulking creatures which are grossly mutated by the powers of the warp. Now I don't actually think it's going to be one of the miniatures that you find in the box set. As we've already seen quite a few quite clear images of these miniatures already, I don't actually think that this one will be released inside the box, if this is part of Kill Team Rogue Trader. If it is, then it maybe will be released as part of a separate release, a standalone Nightmare Hulk and a multi-part kit, something along those lines. Now the reason I think that these maggots are part of that release is because of a couple of the smaller miniatures you get in this set. Now you not only get these swarms of large black bloated flies, but you also get some giant maggots as well, which look very, very similar to these ones that we have here. And of course, large maggots like this fit perfectly with the theme of Nurgle, which these miniatures appear to be heavily inspired by. So that sums up my first theory. I do believe that this is probably the strongest of the few that I'll be presenting in this video. It has the most kind of evidence to back it up, whereas the rest are much more educated guesses and much more speculation. So let's talk about what else this could be. Now, another option which I was thinking about was the fact that we have had, as part of Malign Portents, we had 4 miniatures which were released. Now, these are from different factions. We had a Nighthaunt faction in there, we had a Sacrosanct Chamber faction, and we also had a Moonclan Grots and also a Dark Oath faction as well. Now, we've already had new factions released for the Nighthaunts and also the Sacrosanct Chamber very recently, but we haven't had anything for Dark Oath or the Moonclan Grots. Now, I would be expecting to see at least one of these to be released, maybe by the end of this year or early next year. Now, of these 2 remaining factions, I would probably suggest that this miniature could be a part of the Moonclan Grots. Now, those guys are known for inhabiting forests and being underground, which is an area you would likely find maggots such as this, these large bulbous maggots at least. Now, this probably isn't going to be a miniature, a smaller goblin type miniature. This is most likely to be a troll or a kind of a new variant of a larger kind of troll creature in Age of Sigmar. The maggots kind of fit nicely with that opinion. Maybe they've risen from the ground and these maggots are just falling away from them as they've emerged from the corrupted soil. Now, looking at the picture, it sort of looks like you're looking at the back of a miniature here. This is its shoulder blade, the bit at the top is its arm, and its arms are being raised above it. Now, if you look at the actual the muscle structure that we have here, it's very reminiscent of the trolls that we've already had. Not so much the river trolls, are a little bit more bulky, but they do have that quite sinewy muscles that we have here. If you look at more like the stone trolls and those kind of things, they all have quite live, thin muscles. A little bit like the small amount of muscle that we can see in this photograph. But that's not all, because if you go back to the Rumour engines from May 22nd, the 26th of June, and also the 10th of July, you can see components which kind of look like they could also be part of some Moonclan Grots. You have the stitched together cloak, you have that rather brutal chipped sword, and also what looks to be a bird skull on a staff, which would be reminiscent of a shaman-like creature. So that wraps up my second theory. Now, my final theory for this video isn't as grounded in evidence as these previous ones are. There isn't any previous Rumour engines or any pre-release photos that we can go off. It's pretty much down to pure speculation. And my theory is that this miniature could potentially be part of a new Undead faction. Now, Games Workshop seem to be quite eager to keep the Undead as some major players in Age of Sigmar. We have Nighthaunt, and we also have the Flesh Eater Court as well. So one of the things I think this miniature could be part of is maybe a faction which sits in between the Nighthaunt, which are very much the spirits and the souls of the undead, and also the Flesh Eater Court, which are more the mortal side of the undead. Something that sits in the middle, the more reanimated corpses, the zombies, those kind of things. And this is where the maggots kind of slot into everything. Maggots are very much associated with rotting corpses, and if they're not associated with Nurgle, they tend to be associated with zombies. Now, I'd very much love to see Games Workshop re-release the zombie miniatures, which are in dire need of an update. I think they could do a really good job if they followed something along the lines of what we see on the corpse cart. That would be amazing. And if we had some kind of larger creatures, maybe some kind of troll, zombies, or that kind of size miniature, that'd be great as well. Now, this is, out of the three, the most flimsy, and I don't think it is going to happen. It's more of just something I would really like to see Games Workshop release in the near future. So that concludes this quick video on just a little bit of fun, just to go over what I think the new Rumour engine photo could be hinting at. If you have any of your suggestions or what you think it could be, then do let me know in the comments below. And if you kind of like this video and would like to see more of these more informal chats, then do also let me know as well. Make sure you subscribe to be kept up to date with all of my latest videos. And as always, thanks for watching, and goodbye.